German army, retreating through Holland, left behind it a grim wake of floods and desolation. Dikes were blown, and the fertile countryside was covered with a deep carpet of water. To the liberators remained the great task of deflooding the territory. Pump houses, hastily repaired, are put into operation. Time is an important factor. The longer the land lies underwater, the longer it will take for it to return to normal conditions. Royal Canadian Engineers aid in the job of reclaiming fields so that crops can once again be planted. Large pumping plants, reversed by the Germans to deluge the land, now drain it of thousands of gallons per day. Specially constructed conduits take the water through the pumps to the canals where it is dissipated. Even portable pumps are used by the engineers in their race against time to clear the low countries. Day and night the work progresses. Gradually the waters recede. The land emerges to lie fallow until such time as it has regained its fertility. Stricken Holland rises from the floods. Meanwhile, canals, main arteries of supply, are cleared by British engineers attached to the Canadian Army. Bulldozers build dams across the Moswall Canal to split it up into many pools. As each pool is formed, the water is drained out of it so that obstructions to traffic can be readily removed. A bridge, demolished by the retreating enemy, blocks the passage. With the water reduced to low ebb, engineers are able to reach it with demolition charges to facilitate its removal. Tons of reinforced concrete are hauled piecemeal from the center of the canal. Tractors do overtime duty as the channel is gradually cleared. When all obstructions are removed from the bed of the waterway, steam shovels haul away the earth which forms the temporary dams. The big operation goes into its final stage. At last the canal is cleared. It becomes a beehive of activity as priority traffic commences to move up the supply line. Loaded to the gunwales with vital commodities, the boats unload their precious cargoes. With food comes hope and energy to reclaim a country from the elements unleashed by the foeman's hands. Rising above the waters, Holland looks to the day when she can again till her fields. Then she will be independent of the shipments now so necessary from her friendly allies. Dignitaries of the Mexican and the Canadian governments gather at Lindsay, Ontario. The occasion is the shipment of the first complete herd of Canadian dairy cattle ever to go to Mexico. 108 well-bred Holsteins from the Murco Farms are ready for the trip to their new home. South of the border, they will enhance the ranch of the Secretary to the President of Mexico. The Deputy Minister of Agriculture, Dr. Barton, welcomes the Mexicans to the Dominion. The visitors hoist a flagon of Elsie the cow's own special brew, and they actually like it. With beef rationing in effect to feed hungry Europe, Canada is still able to export dairy stock to swell her trade relationships with foreign countries. At the Canadian Dental Corps Technical Training Center in Toronto, a group of the Corps' 1,200 dental officers attend a refresher course. The teeth of every soldier, sailor, and airman are placed in first-class condition before he is demobbed. At the training center, doctors receive instruction in new techniques and advances in treatment methods so the job will be well done. As the Canadian Dental Corps looks after all three services, standardized methods of treatment are demonstrated and practiced. This means that any member of the Navy, Army, or Air Force gets the same dental care anywhere in the world. 60 dental companies serve Canadian forces in at least 10 different countries and on the high seas. Their treatment is all kept uniform and up to the minute, thanks to the Dental Technical Training Center. Working in conjunction with the Canadian Medical Corps, lectures are given in restorative surgery. Special training fits dental officers and technicians for their jobs in major hospitals. Here, wounded men with injured jaws are restored to health through the combined efforts of the dentals and medicos. From the first examination on enlistment, through all theaters of operation to the last care at discharge, the molars and bicuspids of Johnny Canuck are kept strong and healthy through the work of the Canadian Dental Corps. Among the many leave centers for Canadians on the continent, the one at Amsterdam enjoys great popularity. For those inquisitive souls who want to see all the interesting spots in the town, an information service can answer any question they wish to ask. The ancient city is a joy and a delight to the sightseers. The Canada Club is the focal point of interest for the leave men. In the winter gardens are all the comforts of home, with even a dance band in attendance to while away the time. Newly arrived CWACs and Holland hostesses ensure plenty of dancing partners as the hep cats begin to dig the jive. Waiting for the trip back home, Canadians find plenty of amusement on Amsterdam leave. At the Maple Leaf Stadium in Nijmegen, Holland, the most outstanding sports meet of the Canadian Army takes place. Athletes of all 5 Canadian divisions, Corps and Army troops take part in the Army Track and Field Championships. Before a crowd of 25,000 soldiers, CWACs and civilians, top trackmen do their stuff. Starting with unit competitions and working up to the Army level, only the cream of Canadian Army track and field performers remain to compete for coveted trophies. Field Marshal Montgomery takes great interest in the muscle men who strive for victory in the tug-of-war competition. To the winners of events go medals. To the team from 4th Div, the day's high point group, goes the Canada Weekly Cup. Thus are crowned the track champs of the 1st Canadian Army.